The Joe Rogan Experience.
I couldn't imagine what it was like being famous when there's only 4 channels in the radio.
The Olympics, 2.5, 2.6 billion people watching live.
Wow.
So I went from Lionel Richie to Lionel Richie all night long. The end of my name became All Night Long. Lionel Richie all night long. Hey, that's Lionel Richie all night long. Every country in the world, I became Lionel Richie all night long.
Wow. What was that like, performing
There it is.
in front of that many humans? What was that feeling like? Was it different than a regular performance?
Joe, it felt like a regular performance, but I had never in my life had the world watching. So I rehearsed it. We did it, not realizing it was the world, literally the world watching. And if go back and look at that little podium, what was supposed to happen at the beginning of this was Ronald Reagan was supposed to come out and had his speech. I know I speak on behalf of everyone in America and the entire world, how proud we are of these fine athletes. That was his speech, right? Because that night there were death threats, they decided it's too risky to have him on the field. Lionel, would you give the speech on behalf of all of America and the entire world? Stop me where I am.
Oh my God.
So before I started singing, I had to make my speech. I know how proud we are here in America and around the world of these fine athletes. And now we're going to sing all night long. But I had to give this thing.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, that was the proud moment after I came off stage. Before I went on stage was, well, Mr. Reagan's worried about his life. What about mine? What's going to happen here? But it was so overwhelmingly, you're talking about energy and adrenaline, and you can't beat 2.6 billion people live. And you think Super Bowl was something special? I'll tell you what this was. There was not another channel covering anything. The whole world was watching this.
That's hard for people to imagine in this day of content.
Exactly right.
That will never happen again. Unless it's the aliens are landing Monday at 8 a.m.
Exactly
You
correct.
mentioned that. That's the one where the aliens landed.
Oh, that fake
You're right.
UFO?
I'm right. And by the way, that's what happened. That was the opening. But what you don't see there, that was the opening. That's very good, man. I hadn't seen this clip. What was happening with that was just before it started, they sealed off the airspace. And I remember looking out. There were 4 helicopters facing out. And the problem was you couldn't hear them, Joe. And I kept thinking, I'm looking at helicopters. And I said, what's that right there? And they said, they sealed off the airspace. Whoa. Nothing's coming into this place. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait a minute, you couldn't hear the helicopters that were holding up the flying saucer?
I couldn't hear a thing.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
That's what's scary.
That's what I'm saying
creepy
to
military Area 51 ship. They can fly a
Listen,
helicopter
you
with
understand
no
what I'm
noise.
saying? And the answer to me was, okay. I mean,
the alien guy comes out.
you understand me at this point?
This is 1984.
Yeah. And Howard K. Smith, remember the sports announcer? I think was it Howard K. Smith?
Howard Cosell?
No, Howard. He was with
Howard K. Smith.
He was with Wide World of Sports.
Oh, okay.
And he kept saying, "This is going to be an amazing night for you." And I said, "Yeah, okay," not knowing what this was going to be. And there was a kid that was backstage, and he said, "Oh my God, this is going to be the biggest night ever." You know what that kid was? Cuba Gooding Jr.
Wow.
He was one of the dancers.
Wow.
And from that moment on, I kept thinking, what's going to happen? I said, here's what I want you to do. They're not looking at me. Your parents are looking for you. So get a signal. Give them something where you wave your hand so they'll know that that's you. But the truth of that was one of those interesting moments in time where the world was watching and there was no other way to happen. I woke up the next morning, drove down the street. I could be 5 cars back from the traffic light. And somebody passed me and go, "Hey, Lionel Richie, all night long." Lionel Richie, all night long. Hey, it's Lionel Richie, all night long. Oh, God, what just happened?
Did you get your windows tinted?
I got everything tinted, babe. I was wearing tints. What you talking about?
That might be the biggest audience anyone has ever performed for ever, if you think about it.
Without dying, of course. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what that was, but it freaked me out because I went from slightly invisible to fully visible. Anywhere. My friend got married. I kept saying to him, "You don't want me at your wedding." He said, no, you have to come to the wedding. I said, "You don't want me at your wedding." Here's what happened. I decided to go. There he is walking down the aisle. There he is saying "I do." And there he is walking out with his lovely bride. Every other picture after that is his mother-in-law with me, his family with me. He's no longer in the wedding.
Right.
Every picture was me in his wedding book. And I said, "You don't want me at your funeral. Nobody's going to ever know you left."